Good morning from beautiful Devil's Lake, which the Indians at one point called Spirit Lake. Very beautiful place, scenic, quiet, beautiful, and I'm here for a hike today, but I also have found it a very good place to uh, compose my thoughts. And so right now I would like to talk a little bit about the candidates. The two main ones are Barack Obama and John McCain. And I know they've had a debate recently. They've had several debates, but it's only been them two. And a lot of people are getting really tired and bored with it. It's a good thing election's coming up soon, but there's people are getting so annoyed, and then they're also at the same point wondering who they should vote for, having trouble deciding. So I have here a little tool that I came up with to help decide who you want to vote for. It's called a truth table, the pluses and minuses. So since we're talking about the presidential candidates, I made like one column for McCain and one column for Obama, and then you try to think to yourself what achievements they have, what makes you like them, what are their main things that they have accomplished. So think about that. What has McCain accomplished in his 26 years in Congress? What has Obama accomplished? What laws do you think of? Well, I went and I did a little research, and I don't know, but I think my sources are pretty accurate, and so here's what I came up with. And it's kind of funny because they're very, very similar. At least that's what I found. First, Patriot Act, making citizens, law-abiding citizens, suspects since the year 2001. You may disagree with me, but I don't like that particular law. It has a lot of other things that have been associated with it. Loss of civil liberties, loss of constitutional rights. So I don't like it. But yet, both Barack and John voted for it. And I think they voted for renewing it. FISA immunity for telecoms. What's that? That's where the government makes it legal for the telecoms to spy on you for any reason that they feel like it all the time without having to take any court judicial action to get like a warrant or a subpoena. Then there was this bailout. $700 billion bailout with over $100 billion of earmarks and pork barrel spending. Both Barack and John voted for it. I wrote to Congress. I wrote to them several times on it, telling them I did not like that idea. It wasn't doing the thing that was needed, restoring confidence and trust. Next, war authorizations. They authorized the war in Afghanistan. They authorized the war in Iraq. They authorized the wars in other places. They're basically a war party. And both of them voted for these things. Taxes. Well, Barack Obama probably would like to have a carbon tax to help get us more away from carbon fuels, which they have some merit, but taxing. And McCain wants to tax your health benefits as if they were income. So if your company probably pays $20,000 a year for your health premiums, that will be added to your current income and you'll be taxed on it. So that will make you more poor. He says there'll be a tax credit, but it will go to your insurance company, not to you. Illegal aliens. Both of them are for amnesty because we got to keep the cheap labor here. Ralph Nader is against that concept. NAFTA and CAFTA. This is where a lot of our jobs go to those lower paying countries. And Obama was against it at first, but now he's starting to shift and become more for favoring those laws. Record budget deficits. They both have been approving record budget deficits, borrowing money from China and Saudi Arabia and who knows where, and someday somebody wants to be paid back. So, and then the energy crisis. We've known about it for 30-some years. McCain's been in Congress for 26 of those years, and Obama's been in there for a few years. But what have they done up to now? not very much. And what do you think they will do in the next 8 years after you've elected them? Think about it. So that's why I have been kind of looking at some of the achievements of Ralph Nader. These are not necessarily the laws by name. I don't know what they are, but you know them by experience. For instance, seatbelts in your car. Every time you put on a seatbelt, that's Ralph Nader hugging you. Airbags, Freedom of Information Act, Whistleblower Protection Laws, Pension Protection Act, Clean Air Act, Clean Water Act, getting out or renegotiating NAFTA and CAFTA more towards the advantage of us Americans. OSHA, which protects us in the workplace. And he plans to prosecute war criminals and Wall Street criminals. Well, those things altogether add up to a pretty impressive record, and those are all things that are for us, the people. So that's why I'm seriously considering him to be on my vote. I know people say he doesn't have a chance, but if enough people get fed up with the other two, and they think about what this third-party man has done for America, they will see that it might be better to have somebody like him in there who's looking out for you and me. So that's my talk for today. Be seeing ya.